I'm scared. Fairy, you dirty dog. You dirty dog, Fairy. She, just got a little bit of a shiver down my spine. Say or not, don't growl at people. Predictions. My battery's dying. Why are you dying again? Literally just changed you. Fairy, darling.
On my way down. They'll say that I'll never go back for you. I'm bad for you.
Hello, my loves. Once again, we are coming at you with a spoiler-filled vlog. We do love a spoiler-filled vlog, and as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, it's ACOWAR. So, this is a final trilogy before the novella that then moves into the next arc that's like Nesta and Cassie related, I think that's how it goes. Don't quote me on it. However, we're on book 3 of 5 currently, so I am excited. I've got no idea what's gonna go on. I'm scared, apprehensive, nervous, all the feels, but mostly excited. So I'm gonna take my lunch now, and during my luncheon I'm going to read the first buddy read pages of ACOWAR. But yes, welcome to another spoiler-filled vlog. I'm liking doing these dedicated vlogs, so if you like them, please like, comment, let me know that you're enjoying the spoiler-filled vlogs, and I will do more of different books that come up. If you have any suggestions of books that you feel like evoke certain reactions that might be entertaining for me to see, then leave them down below and I will do some spoiler-filled vlogs reacting as I read to each of those books. So keep your fingers crossed for me. I know that I'm probably going to cry a lot, but we'll see. I'm scared. Fairy, you dirty dog. You dirty dog, Fairy. So we've got a little bit of a situation where Fairy is totally adamant she's gonna take Tamlin down for betraying Prithian. I absolutely love this. Normally, I don't like the whole secretive, betrayal, treacherous sort of tropey situation. However, in this situation, I am more than happy to accept this as a good reason to deceive somebody. So I'm loving that aspect of it. But I don't know, I would not be able to pretend to be in love with someone and put on the face. So like, Fairy is a strong cookie. I'm giving her that. Like, seriously, it's ridiculous, like how much inner strength that girl has, especially when she's been through so much already. I mean, come on, you die, you get brought back to life, the guy that you're in love with locks you away, then you end up running away and then falling in love with a guy for like more than just a physical reason, and then you get taken away from him, and then your sisters get turned into fae in front of you, and then you lose them again because then you have to fake a whole situation to save the people that you love. Like, how has she not had a mental breakdown? Can you say, what the fuck? Can we just say? And I have two other thoughts. Alice, I'm so glad that she is on Fairy's side. I love the fact that she knew Fairy had run away, but she didn't say anything, and she was like, I'm glad you got away, but if anything's gonna happen, if you're gonna be doing any sort of like funky situation type jobby, like anything's gonna go down, please keep me and my boys out of it, please keep boys out of it. And Fairy wouldn't do that anyway, but I'm just glad that she's on Fairy's side. She's not going to dob her in, and she hasn't dobbed her in, and I love that. But Lucian is a tricky little trickster, tricky little monster person, fair person. The fact that he kept it from telling that she'd ran away and like made up that she'd been kidnapped. It's just that little betrayal, that little bit of snake. It just makes me think that maybe there's something to save Lucian yet. Lucian's got something inside that makes me believe that he is gonna betray Tamlin for the right reasons, to be fair, because he treats Tamlin like a little dog. Like, it's not even funny. It's not like a loyal companion or like friend. He treats him like a little dog. He like growls at him and stuff, like when he says something that he doesn't appreciate. I mean, who growls at their friends? Sir. And yeah, so we're there, and then the ending of the first part that we've read up to chapter 5, the fact that she orchestrated this whole thing where because the way that it led you up to make you feel like she was having nightmares, she really needed Lucian's help, and then at the end of the chapter 5 it was like, my plan's coming to fruition. So she fakes the nightmares and the lacy nightmare and the cuddling up to Lucian because she had had a nightmare, and then shielding the fact that Tamlin was coming up, and just to cause some friction on it. I love it. I love it. It's epic. It's fantastic. And I can see that this is going to be another win for me. Unless it goes downhill from here, which I hope it doesn't. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, on to the next lot of chapters tomorrow, and we're going to see what we're going to see when we see it. I shall be back. I've now listened to my pages, and it was amazing. Yes, I can sing, but can we just say, Lucian, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. He's a good egg. He's betraying Tamlin. He's leaving. I am shooketh. Shall we say it again? Shooketh to my coreth, because I was hoping that Fairy would get out. I didn't realise it would be this early, that she would like get free. I thought it would be later than this, but not mad, not mad. So she built this plan to get free, and then Lucian happened with Ianthe. I am so happy that Ianthe got what was coming to her, because she is evil. Like, nobody should be touched without their consent. Tamlin choosing Ianthe over his own sentry, big mistake, boyo, because those sentry are going to turn against you. Tamlin is just going deeper and deeper and deeper, and I really hope that he dies. This is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm hoping. I hope he dies. I hope the Summer Court take off the death warrant with the ruby, blood rubies off the heads of the Night Court, and that they band together and take down the Spring Court. Alice is leaving. Alice is going to the Summer Court, so she's going to be out of the way with her boys. The only people that are left in Spring Court now are the Sentry, which obviously we don't know any Sentry really, other than his like main people, main guys. But we're not like friendly with the Sentry, so it's obvious that some Sentry are gonna die in the battle. It's gonna be a thing. However, nobody I care about is gonna die. Fingers crossed. I hope Alice doesn't come back. So hopefully, as it stands, Alice is off doing her thing with her boys, going back to the Summer Court. So she's wise, she's got out, perfect, brilliant, fabulous. Lucian's come to his senses, realised Tamlin is a douche, and has just 0 sense whatsoever, has decided to leave with Farah. Oh God, I've got no idea where this is gonna go. Okay, so more predicciones. Prediction number 1. Tamlin's obviously going to try and follow him to the Night Court, and I think Tamlin might attack the Night Court first. So then they'll have to retaliate. Thus, I think Lucian is going to find Elaine, and then they're going to be Elation. You can't make that a... It's not like Nessie, is it? You can't make a name out of their name. Now that I know Lucian has got a backbone, he's got spine, he's got balls, I don't mind that, you know, it's taken him a while. Faye went through a little bit of shit before he twigged that it went a bit too far. So I'm hoping that Lucian doesn't die, and I'm hoping him and Elaine get together. I still want Mor and Asriel to get together, and if that doesn't become a thing, I'm going to be severely disappointed, because he clearly is in love with her. Just saying. And then obviously we're going to see what happens with Nesta and Cassian and how they get together. But I was wondering at the back end of the previous vlog how it was going to follow Rhys and those guys, and the, you know, how Cassian and Nesta get together, as well as follow Farah. So obviously now it's answered my question. She goes back to the Night Court early on in the book. So there's that. I'm really excited to see what's going on. It's still up there with the top tier shit. Absolutely amazing. Still loving it. And I cannot wait to get my hardback covers, because A Touch of Magic Australia, she is going to be doing the dust jackets again. And if she doesn't do the dust jackets, I'm going to get the same ones that were done by the artist who did the Illumicrate ones. But I really want her dust jackets, so I'm going to keep an eye out for when they come out, and hopefully I'll get them. So I'm going on sprint in about 40 minutes, so I'm going to get set up and everything. But so far, I'm loving this. And I've not got to any teary moments yet, to cry moments. It's just been pure deception, sneaky stuff, getting revenge on Bitchface, and we're at the moment where they're going back to the Night Court. So I will update you tomorrow whenever my next page is. I'm feeling excited. So excited. Hello friends. Ignore the lighting. Ignore the lighting, ignore the hair, ignore the state that I'm in. I've read the next lot of pages of ACOWAR. Okay, so I have thoughts. So many thoughts. So I love the fact that Lucian is now coming to understand that the Night Court is like just a facade. It's not the real Rhys. I just love it. I just love the fact that he's coming to realise that Rhys isn't the demon bad guy that he's been made out to be, that he tried to portray himself to be. I love that. I love that we're also sort of getting a glimpse into the fact that Vera's just sort of like clocked on that Cassian has a little bit of a thing for Nesta, and Nesta's just not even entertaining Cassian at all, which she's a feisty little being. She always has been, hasn't she? Yeah, that's all that's sort of going on at the moment in the last couple of chapters, is just she's home, her and Rhys have done the bam chicka wow wow. She's now told Lucian that she is the High Lady. Everything's come out, everything's out in the open and aired, and Lucian wants to see Elaine, but Elaine wants to go home. So no idea what's going to happen with those two. That whole situation is just going to baffle me, because I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But so far I'm still really enjoying it. I'm just excited to continue. We've still got all those sections left to read, and I know that I'm going to have pain coming, and I just don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm really excited. So, oh yeah, the fact that him and Lucian got away from the evil twins and she killed them, like, and then Cassian and Azriel swooped in and helped her and like helped rescue them after they were taken by Lucian's brothers. Like, that whole situation, I was like I don't understand. Just I was like, no, please don't hurt Lucian, because I know he's made some mistakes, but I was just really hoping that they didn't kill him or hurt him really badly. So that whole situation, I'm glad it went the way it did, and that Cassian and Azriel just came in the way that they do, and just, you know, told them what's what, and was just like, let him go, because she is the High Lady. And then everyone was just like, oh shit, she's the High Lady, what the fuck. I loved it. So I'm gonna update you tomorrow when I've read the next lot of pages. I don't know where the hell this is gonna go, but I'm excited. Hey, so we are almost finished with today's pages, and I have thoughts, still so many thoughts. So I did mention yesterday, but the whole thing that Fairy did with the anthe and smashing her hand, that was just chef's kiss. She's totally deserved that. But we just get to a point now where they are trying to get all the High Lords together to see if they will fight against Hybern. They think Nesta has some extra powers that have come out of her when she came out of the cauldron. So Nesta's agreed in some parts to help them, but she's obviously still very reluctant, which I can understand, because she was turned into the one thing that she has grown up hating and has been told are evil her whole life. So you can kind of understand why she's a bit sort of standoffish with everyone, and why she still hasn't come to terms with it. She's unnecessarily nasty, and always has been probably unnecessarily nasty to Feyre, and I don't really think there's any excuse for that. But this side of things I can kind of understand. Elaine's reacting the same way that I thought Elaine was going to react if anything bad happened, and she's turned into a meek, mild little mouse and she's hiding away, and that's just her personality anyway. That's just how she is. And she's apparently like she's really upset that she's supposed to be getting married to a guy back in the human side of the wall, but he hated Faye, and obviously now they can't marry. So yeah, I'm still unsure as to whether it's acknowledged that that's for love or not. It's still debatable whether that's for love or for the fact that Nesta just wanted to have a decent life with a guy that had a lot of money. So I don't know, we'll see, but still got so much left, no idea what's going to happen, and I've got like the last chapter of our pages to read today, and then yeah, I don't know what to do. I've got a way that I think I wanted to go, and I'm just hoping that that happens. So in the ideal world, in my happily ever after, Rhys and Feyre would obviously survive. They're already married now, so they would continue to still be together, happy when the war's over. I want Mor and Amren, Cassian, Lucian, and Azriel, Nesta and Elaine. I want them all to survive. Don't want any of them to die. And I want Tamlin dead. Obviously I want Hybern dead. The human queens can go rot in hell.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Even though Amren is slightly snarky, I feel like she's holding something back. I feel like there's something that Amren's not telling everyone. More so about Nesta now, but I don't know, I just feel like she's holding something back which is frustrating me because I don't know what it is, and I don't know if she's keeping the secret or whether Reese is involved in keeping the secret as well. But I've just got an awful feeling some shit's gonna hit the fan, and they're keeping something else back that they're not telling anyone. But we'll find out. So we'll see. I'm really excited. I'm gonna head off now. I'm gonna finish the last of my pages, go do some filming, and then I will come back shortly and either update you when I finish the last chapter or update you tomorrow. Hey, more updates on ACOWAR. So I'm now currently on chapter 27. I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. I'm pissed. I'm pissed a little bit at Reese for getting Eris involved without at least speaking to Moore first, for going to see, for just going behind, not necessarily going behind people's backs, but like doing things that he knows will upset people without at least speaking to them first, like going to the prison to see the carver, going to get Eris involved, getting Kira involved still. And I know that he needs Kira's armies, I understand that, fully appreciate that, but I don't know, it's just, I feel like in the moment it's working out in his favour. Eris has agreed to help them out if they help him get the throne. You know, Carver has backfired because he's going to have to take human form in order to actually be, you know, to leave the prison. So question is, what human form are they going to use? They're all about leaving humans alone, so it would mean that they would have to get a human to sacrifice them to the carver in order to get the carver out and help them with the war. So that they haven't thought through properly, and obviously Moore's now basically said, if you'd have spoken to me beforehand, you'd have realised that that is what happens. That is why I got out, is because I took someone else's body, basically. Or that's how it's interpreted to me, is that she took human form, which means that she would have had to inhabit somebody's body and push them out, which is essentially killing someone that's innocent in order for you to escape somewhere. So that bit sort of made me feel a bit like, oh my god. And then obviously the whole Elaine and Lucian thing, oh, it's like, will they do, they don't they? She knows who he is. She's kind of like in this, I've got to the point where she's in this dream state now, and she keeps sort of mentioning that she can hear things really vividly. She knows who Lucian is, I think. She's just not acting upon it. She's not acting upon much of anything. She's just being very like inside herself and to keep it to herself, which we're gonna, I've just got a feeling that after all this, she's gonna like step forward and save the day, and she's gonna have powers that she's not tapped into, whereas Nesta, they already think that she is like the harbinger of death. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm just waiting for shit to hit the fan, because obviously Eris now is supposed to be allying himself with the Night Court. Whether or not he actually does that or not, can we trust Eris? I don't know. Azriel's clearly not happy, Moore's not happy. Moore's not happy, Cassie's not happy. Reese is now basically admitting that he did go about it the wrong way, but he's not sorry about what he did. Like, in the grand scheme of things, which I do get, it's just that he's doing this thing that Tamlin used to do, but just not as basically, as vigorously. He's trying to protect the people he cares about. But, as Cassie has said to Nesta, that's the bit that sort of pissed them off. When he went off half-cocked by himself, got himself caught by Marantha, locked them all away in Valaris and hid them all away in Valaris, and they had to suffer knowing that Reese was in pain and they couldn't do anything about it. He's doing the same thing now, where he's trying to go out and do everything by himself, shield them from everything so they don't get hurt. But obviously in the long run, it is hurting them. They feel like they sat around and did nothing while someone they love was hurt. Do you know what I mean? It's all very complex right now. So we'll see. This is still going to be a 5-star for me, wholeheartedly. Still a 5-star. But I can see how this would be a lower 5-star than ACOWAR and ACOWAR, because in ACOWAR there was tension, angst, everything still seemed to be moving, whereas in parts this is feeling a little bit stagnant, just because there's a lot of discussion. It's like meetings and discussions, going over to so-and-so to ask for help, so it's very much preparing. Obviously there's no more angst or anything now because they are together, they're married, they're like high lady, high lord of the night court, and it's just, there's frustration still there because they're trying to get aid for this war, but the angst has gone now. I'm still loving it, and I can't wait to continue on with whatever it is that this is going to turn into. I've still got no idea how it's going to end. I'm scared, but I genuinely will cry, I think, if any of my night court people die, or if Elaine dies. I know Nesta doesn't, obviously, because Nesta and Cassian have caught over flames. I don't know what happens in that book. Obviously, I just know it is known as the Nesta and Cassian book. So, Tamlin can die for all I care. Ianthe can die for all I care. Obviously, I want the King of Highburn and the English Queens, not the English Queens, the Mall Queens, to die. Eris, yes, he's helping them out, but he's also doing it for selfish reasons. So, oh, right, okay, I'm gonna go head off to bed, read the rest of my pages tomorrow. Hello, 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 hi friends. I've read these pages for today of ACOWAR. I think I'm up to date, but I have thoughts. Elaine is a seer. Lucian seems to be settling in with the gang. I'm liking this. Feyre, I'm loving that she's learning how to fly. She's messing up a lot, but I've got a feeling she'll get it. This has basically just been them trying to get together with the High Lords. They found out what happened in the cauldron. They found out that Nesta, I knew she'd done something. She stole from the cauldron, and then they gifted Elaine a seer gift. But then, because Nesta stole from the cauldron, they then stole youth from one of the queens, which I'm not mad about. She was a bitch. They betrayed everyone in Prythian. They wanted to turn against the Fae for their own gain, so she deserves it. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But what consequences is gonna come? What consequences are gonna come to Nesta because she stole from the cauldron? I'm glad they gifted something to Elaine, and they didn't. Well, I'm guessing this is a gift. I'm guessing it's a good thing. She's a seer. Is it a good thing? We don't know. I'm hoping it is. I'm guessing it is. But Elaine's really kind and sweet and lovely, and she doesn't deserve to be given anything bad. So I'm hoping that they've given her this gift as a good thing from the cauldron. Whereas Nesta, being the stubborn one that she is, clearly she was like, if I'm going to be a Fae, I'm going to steal something from you because you're stealing my humanity from me. I'm just going to, I don't know what gift, what magic she's taken from this cauldron, but if it is something from the cauldron, it's going to be powerful. So, like, how powerful is she? It's going to be more powerful than Feyre? Is she going to be more powerful than Rhys? Because it comes from the cauldron. By the cauldron. From the cauldron. I love that. I'm excited. No idea what I'm going to do. I really just want to continue reading this. What I might do is, if I get to my pages of Soulbinder tonight, and where I want to get to, I might just continue reading this tonight. Then I got reading sprints tomorrow, so I might read it on them. I don't know. But we've got 2, 4, 7, 8 sections left. But I might read ahead just so I can get it finished at the end of this week. So it's not running into like 3 weeks. So I'm excited. This vlog might be a bit long, but you know what? Normal vlogs are long, let alone a buddy read vlog. So just grab snacks, grab another brew, chill out for another half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever this vlog's gonna be, and follow me on the ride, because it is a ride. Hello. So I have thoughts on ACOWAR. So we are currently at the point where they've come back from the war, the first war with Highburn, after he broke into Valaris and attacked attacked Farah. And Nesta is worried about Cassian. This is where the Nessian situation becomes a thing, I'm guessing. And then also Farah has made some kind of deal with some kind of demon thing that Cassian saw, and has some kind of, like, clearly it's a scary animal beast thing because of the way Cassian looked when he'd seen this demon thing that not even Reese has seen. So that's the thing. I have no idea. She's made a deal with this thing. I mean, Farah darling, why would you do such an inanely stupid thing? Because it's gonna come and bite you in the ass. Battery's dying, so I'm gonna be quick with this. Tomorrow's pages I'm looking forward to. I have no idea where this is gonna go, but Lucian, I'm liking the fact that Lucian is now putting his life on the line to do good instead of following Tamlin's bullshit rules, and he's now officially no longer part of the Spring Court. He has admitted that he's never going back, and yay for that. Cassian and Nesta, I'm liking this slow burn and this deal. What is with this deal? Tomorrow we reconvene. We are in this position again because I have thoughts. So, pages of ACOWAR. Highburn. Damage, like, brought the wall down. What the hell? Where did that come from? Just thought I'd set you up. So, they were preparing for the wall thing. And then, poof. Nesta keeled over, throwing up, cauldron, wall down. Oh, and now Elaine wants to go to see Grayson to try and get him to shield some of the humans. I feel like that is gonna go wrong. Like, she's asked them to glamour her so that he doesn't know that she's fair. I think that that's gonna go wrong, and I am hoping with my whole heart, as black and dark as this heart is, I am hoping Elaine doesn't get hurt. Because she's been through a lot. Like, she's been through a time. She fell in love with someone, even though he's a bit of, like, he's a bit of a crazy fae hunter guy. And then she was turned into a fae against her will. She's now been mated to someone she doesn't know. She's now got this seer ability. I mean, this meek and mild, quiet, young human from the human realm just dragged into this whole sack of shit. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know how it's gonna end. I don't know. I've got, how many hours left of the audio have I got? I've got 3 hours and 15 minutes left of the audio, I think. Yeah, because I've got it on like 2.05 speed. And there's just, okay, so hear me out. Tamlin. Yes, I know Tamlin was a bad guy and did what he did. Farah's kind of shot herself in the foot by turning his army against him, or some of his people against him, before she left, because they now won't fight for him against Highburn, which, yes, granted, was a bad move and she didn't think about like the long-term repercussions of what she was doing. However, I still don't like him, I don't trust him, and I still want him to perish. Perish. I don't care. I lost all compassion towards him with the way that he was treating Farah. Also, Nesta, Cassian, there's a thing going there, isn't there? And is Mo going to accept that Azriel loves her, she loves him? And are they both going to accept that they love each other? Is anything going to happen there, or has it been too long in the making? Like, has it been too long of a time without them accepting that they care for each other as more than just, you know, they're not in a family way, they don't love each other. They love each other in more than a family way. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So, I am confused, I'm hurt, I'm upset, I don't know what's going to happen, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I am all the feels. And after the train wreck of emotions that I had last night over Soulbinder, this week has been a time, and I'm going to move on to Fool's Errand shortly. So that's going to be fun. But that is for another vlog. Join me over the next 2 days. My brain is fried. I'm scared. We shall update shortly. Cassian is injured. Surreal is dead. Anthony is dead though. Love it. Love it. But immediately you knew that Cassian wasn't going to die, which is great. But the Surreal turned out to be just a dreamer. The way that it died was just... Let's not forget the Surreal. R.I.P. to the Surreal. We didn't even get to know his name. Ignore the messy hair. Ignore the messy hair. I'm just stream of consciousness right now. War, death. I don't know what to do with myself. I need to continue reading. I've read past the buddy read pages because I probably won't read much over the weekend because I've got to see my family, so I'm reading it now, and I don't want to go any further because I don't want to. So much death. So much death. Hi guys, so I'm coming at you on Sunday the 12th with I finished ACOWAR. Okay, so the plan was to read 50 pages a day, and or around that. We worked out at around 5 chapters a day. And we weren't supposed to finish it until the 14th, which is Tuesday. But I got carried away, and I was listening to it as well as physically reading it. And because the last bit of this book is just full on, like, war. Like, literal war. And I swear to God, the last 5, maybe 10 chapters, I didn't even keep track of what chapter was what. The last part of that book had me reeling so many emotions. So because this is a spoiler-filled vlog, I can discuss with you guys. So, okay. I can't remember where I've left it off last, what happened last, but they were moving on Highburn. Highburn thought that they were, well, they thought Highburn was not ready for them. It turns out that it was. Tamlin had pretended to be helping them with, like, preparing for war, but then went and betrayed him again and went back to Highburn. And then basically the whole war section was just so fast paced, so crazy. I felt like I was having like some otherworldly, out-of-body experience, because I just could not hold on to a specific emotion for more than a couple of minutes. So obviously, because I listened to the audio as well, the speed at which these things happen is even faster than if I was just to physically read it, or if I was reading it like audibly slower. So it started off with, you know, them going out to where they were going to be fighting this war, realising that Highburn had way more people than they thought. Oh, the surreal. Oh my god, the surreal. So she went to find the surreal to try and find out how to stop the cauldron, and because they realised that the cauldron was being masked by magic from Highburn, and that whole surreal scene. I mean, throughout the whole thing, I've never had a dislike for the surreal. They've done what they've done to get through life. Like, they might not be the prettiest looking creature, but you can't really hold that against them. And yes, it gave her riddles, it was cheeky, it was a bit of a trickster, but I don't feel like it was ever really mean. It was just that she thought that if she let it go, it would attack her. But then to find at the end that it was willing to sort of die to save her, was telling her to leave, was telling her, basically letting her into like some intimate sort of thoughts and feelings, that it was just a dreamer, and that, you know, behind this facade, this creepy little facade that it gives, that it did just want everything to be okay. And that whole thing, oh my god, I'm starting to cry again. That whole thing was just, I was moved. Oh god, I'm crying. I don't want to start crying again. Done enough crying. But then went back and found that, like, they were going to use, you know, Elaine. Apparently Amron had found out that the four of them, like Elaine, Nesta, Amron and Feyre, were the three that were made by the cauldron, so then they could stop the cauldron. But then Elaine gets kidnapped. And then they have to go and get Elaine back. And then as they're getting Elaine back, Tamlin, the one who loved her, then got overprotective of her, then betrayed them, then was pretending not to be against them, and then was against them again, saves her life. Throws this spring magic at her to push her and help her when she's flying away, rescuing Elaine when Azriel gets injured. Again, poor Azriel again gets that whole situation. I was just kind of sat reading with my mouth open. I was surprised I didn't drool everywhere, because I was permanently like this, as well as crying throughout, like, and then, oh, it was an absolute madness. And then to find out that Tamlin did survive, and she thought that he died because of the way that things were left, or that she didn't know if he was dead or alive, and it was just, oh god. And then in the war, the Carver was unleashed, as well as the Weaver. Oh god, like, I know that people are saying that they don't want it to be made into a series, which I kind of get, but I wouldn't be, just for this battle scene, I would love to see money behind it and fully funded. So to see the Carver being brought to life, seeing Striga being, like, brought to life as a fully fledged, like, 3D character, and Bryaxis as well, those characters fighting on that battlefield, and all you could just, if you're the kind of person like me, I know some people can't do this, but if you can visualize this situation in your head, like, if the right people produced this and the right money was behind it, that scene in and of itself would be a masterpiece. Those characters, they could make them so good. And I know that people don't want it to just ruin the books, but even if it wasn't like a show, like just a film, or like a film per book, that would be amazing. Like just to, I don't know, just to bring them to life, it would be so much good, so much fun. But then when Harry released the magic of the cauldron, and then Nesta was like in pain, and she called Cassian back, and the whole scene where he, like, Vera realised that the reason she called him was because she was saving him, and then all those people died, and because of the strength of the magic. Oh. And then the whole Cassian and Nesta, him saying that he has no regrets apart from this one where he wouldn't get more time with her. That was just ridiculous. That I was just, why are you putting so many emotional points and so many emotional scenes in a book at the same time? I'm sorry, Sarah J. Maas, why? Something shocking happens, and then that happens, and then Feyre and Amren, because obviously, you know, with everything going on, Nesta and Elaine end up not being in the right mind, or like physically capable of going to stop the cauldron. So Amren was, because the Ouroboros, Feyre faced it, and then Amren was like, well, you know, we can take the cauldron on together. And because Asriel is still not physically healthy, Cassian's down, it's like relying on these two creatures that were made from the cauldron to try and help save the day. We then go to the cauldron, and this is the bit that, this is the whole situation where I wanted to scream at Becca. So, since I started reading the books, and I started been speaking to Becca Fowle about the books, we've had this thing where it's like, I want to be more, and she could be Amren, and it was just a whole thing, because I loved those two, their friendship, like the family vibes between the whole of the Night Court gang. I loved everything about that, and I just felt like they were part of Amren's personality and part of Maur's personality that just that right resonated in both of us, and I just thought it was just like, well, that's just the thing that we said. But then when we were at the cauldron, and then Amren like seemingly betrayed Feyre, I thought that she'd been playing along the whole time. If it hadn't have been stupid o'clock at night, I would have been messaging Becca. Like, I was so I can't believe that. Like, I know that this is not real. Like, this whole situation is not real. Becca is not really Amren. But I was pissed at Becca. I was seriously pissed off at Becca. And I was like, why would she say that she's Amren when she's gone and betrayed Feyre? And then when it was like, well, no, she hasn't betrayed her. She just knew that they could do it by themselves. And then Amren was going to sacrifice herself. And then before that brief moment between finding out that she didn't really betray, she's not really a nasty person, she didn't really betray Amren, she didn't really betray Feyre. But then the brief sort of section between finding out that she hasn't really betrayed Feyre to then finding out she's going to sacrifice herself, I was relieved and I was happy with Becca then. But then when I found out she was going to sacrifice herself and then she was going to die, then I was also then again pissed at Becca. I was like, why would you say you're Amren if you're just going to die and leave me? I'm like, oh God, I was all in my feels at this point. And then she went, and then more or less straight after that, if not straight after that, Rhys came, they tried to fix the cauldron, and then Rhys died. This whole thing, I was sobbing. I didn't take my camera to my family's house, because I read this when I was at my family's house. I did not take my camera, and I'm kind of glad I did, but I would have liked to have captured the moment, just to see what state I was in. But geez Louise, I was emotional. I'm so emotional, baby. I was in pieces. How do you get up from an all-time low? I was in pieces. It felt like pieces. And then they all came together and did the whole sort of like throwback to ACOWAR, where all the lords put in their bits of magic, And then, ta-da, Reese is alive. Lucian came back, all fine, funky, fresh and fabulous, and a hero. Loved it, stayed at the night court, which I love. Sad that the dad died, but then I'm so glad that there was the character arc was obviously off page, but the fact that he knew that his daughters were in trouble and he was rallying troops and everything to help his daughters, and that's why he'd been gone for so long, and that he wasn't just off doing his merchanty stuff, he was off building, trying to get an army together to help his daughters. Like, that whole redeeming arc for the father was just cherry on top of the cake. It was amazing. And then the fact that he died was really sad, but obviously I wasn't crying because he wasn't a predominant character in the book, but just all the emotions were just there. But okay, so the Moore situation, the fact that she confided in Feyre and basically just said that she prefers women, which is why she could never love Asriel the way he wants her to love him, the way that he loves her. And the fact that Feyre was so accepting, and I didn't expect that. That whole scene where she was opening up to Feyre, and Feyre was, she was more like, well, why didn't I see this? And why wasn't I able to be there for her before now, sort of thing, which I thought was, the way that whole scene was handled, I just think was great. The way that this was wrapped up was very final, so I may have missed out a few points of discussion, but I literally read 3-4 days worth of pages in a night, and it was all very rushed, and I didn't take notes and I didn't tab anything, so I just, if I've missed out on some point then just let's have a discussion in the comments, because I would like to know, have you read any of these books? What are your thoughts on them? If you do like seeing these spoiler-filled vlogs and you do have a series that you would like me to read, please comment down below what series you would recommend I read next. It can be YA, adult, new adult, even a middle grade series, whatever you feel I should read. Comment down below and I will get on it. I am already going to be starting the Diviners soon. Let me know what you think, and let's have a discussion down below. But right now, I've had time to process this and I'm still mind blown. So I'm gonna chill out for the rest of the day. I'm gonna do some editing, continue watching Becca, Ro and Liv on sprints. I probably will read a bit of manga. Later on in the evening I might read some Hob. But for now I just need some chill processing time. Thank you for joining me on my ACOTAR, ACOWAR journey so far. I hope you stay with me for the rest of the series. And yeah, like I said, comment down below what you feel I should read next. And if you would like a spoiler-filled vlog of any, even any standalones that you'd like to see a spoiler-filled vlog and see my reactions to, please just let me know, and I'll see if I can accommodate it. So yeah, until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.